You were telling the students earlier about why there is a twinkle to the stars. Can you tell us why? And what's different about a star and a planet?
Distance is key. Our atmosphere is not as clear as we think it is. Things like dust, dirt, ice crystals, water vapor pervades the atmosphere. When you look at a planet, Mars, Venus, Jupiter, it's a bigger disk of light coming down through the atmosphere. Now, as that disk of light comes down through the atmosphere, it's being pushed around by all that dust, dirt, ice crystals, and whatnot. So it's not falling in a straight line. It's constantly shifting. If you think about the back of your eyes, it's like, you know, we all talk about, 1080p televisions and 4K televisions, you know, the sharper the image, the better the image. Your eye's a lot like that. Each photoreceptor on the back of your eyes is a very thin, very tiny dot. So light coming in as a disk covers several of those. And even though it's moving around, your brain kind of says, well, that's okay. It's just, that's a planet. Okay? We understand that's a planet. You know, light around you constantly. The sun, you know, a wall, light reflecting on a wall or something. I mean, it's so big, you don't really have that problem. It's shifting. But now you go out to a star. They're light years away. A light year is about 180 trillion miles. If you're talking 100 light years, it's a distance that, you know, we just can't define it. We'll just say 100 light years. So now when it hits the atmosphere, it's just this really tiny pinpoint of light. Now as that pinpoint of light is moving around, coming down through the atmosphere, when it hits your eye, 1 minute it's hitting one of these photoreceptors, and the next second it's over here at a different one, and then a different one, a different one, a different one, a different one. Your brain says, well, I'm seeing the same object. It's bouncing around, but it's really not bouncing around, it's twinkling. That's a star twinkling. And it's really your brain making the decision, not your eye telling your brain. Your eye saying just all these different photoreceptors saying, I see light, I see light, I see light, I see light. And your brain interpreting all that to say, you know, through our education, through our upbringing, you know, stars twinkle at night. That's a star. Solid color, a planet. The major ones, Mercury, silver blue. Venus, bluish white. Mars is red, ruby red. The rust in the surface of the soil just gives it that ruby red color. Jupiter is bluish white also. It's huge, it's big, it's very bright. Saturn, yellow. You can't see Uranus and Neptune, they're too far away. They're too, the sunlight hitting them just doesn't have enough power reflecting coming back. You need a good pair of binoculars and, you know, telescope to see it. You'll see them, but not with what we say your naked eye or unaided eye. You need something to see those. But Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, easy to see. And if you think about, those are 5, add the sun and the moon, make 7. And that's why we have 7 days of the week. The 7 objects in the night sky that we could see without using a telescope.